Next, let's talk about walking down, back down from that C chord back down to the G chord. And the way you do it is you walk up, walk down by what I've done there, starting on my C chord, first one. The next chord down is a C chord with a B flat in the root note. We're using these three notes here, the 5th fret of the D, G, and B string, just notes out of that C chord there. Playing that with our index finger and putting the B flat note, the 6th fret on the low E string, on the bottom. The B flat, of course, would be the flat 7 of a 7th chord, C 7th chord. The next chord down, we keep these three notes here, change fingers the way I do it, and put the A note on the bottom. Now that would be, many of you know, an A minor 7th chord. To us, really, it's just a C chord with an A on the bottom. And then the final chord would be the C 7th chord, like we've been using. So there I'm just using the same chords as we used on the walk-up from G to C as a fill after we have arrived back on the G chord. We've gone when we get to the D chord, we can use exactly those same forms as we used with the C chord. Use them up 2 frets and walk down from the D. If you were going to put the back end of that Stormy Monday chord progression in there, you use these same minor 7th type chords. You'd use the B minor and the B flat minor 7th chords. Sail on, pretty girl, sail on. Sail on, little girl, sail on. B minor, B flat minor 7th. You keep right on a sailing, you're gonna lose your happy home. And you may have noticed that in between the D 7th chord, before hitting back to the G 7th chord, I stuck in A flat 7th as an upper leading chord. You can put a little more motion in your chords by approaching chords from a half step above them, and that is something you can do either on the starting on the 9th measure of the tune. You're gonna lose your happy home. You can do it on the end tag as well. And so those are the basics of the Freddie Green style of chords. I like to use them because they are very clean sounding. If you're playing with a pedal steel player, they're going to be playing all sorts of colors with their stuff. There's no other way they can do it. This stays out of their way harmonically. It also, like I said, is just a nice clean sound. And I think it's appropriate for this particular tune and for the style of music as well. They also have the virtue of it's easy to play rhythm guitar when you're hitting the E string every time. You don't have to worry about skipping or not hitting the E string and playing a bass note on the A string. It's a very forgiving style of rhythm guitar. Eldon Chamblum, as we will see in a minute, was in no way tied down to simple chords. He played all manner of upper extensions of chords and altered chords and so forth, and so there certainly is plenty of precedents for playing a wide variety and rich chord vocabulary. These are just the ones that I favor, and of course I would also say they are historically appropriate in that they emanate from the playing of Freddie Green from the Count Basie Orchestra.